Good morning, everybody. Orange J here with another War of the Visions video, and this week in War of the Visions is a little bit of a break for a lot of people. We are getting one new vision card. It's not limited, and I think it's been a long time since we could say that, right? I feel like at least it's been a while since we've had one thing, it's not limited, and it's only a vision card. Now, we unfortunately aren't living in the days where 10,000 VISIORE is going to get you this thing and you're going to vision star it up, and I'm not trying to stir up memories of the past and get a bunch of people triggered here. If you do want this vision card, and there are going to be some people who want it, including me on probably both of my accounts, definitely my new account, maybe my old account, we'll get into that. You will need to pay the Holo VC price for it, but it's a good card. So Trove of Knowledge is the card. I went ahead and pulled up, JB's super clutch spreadsheet right here. And here's some stats on this thing. So your base stats, you're going to get a lot of HP. It's a magic scaling card. You see the 144 magic right there and 3 defense. The bestowed effect, I absolutely love. Unit resist and HP is just perfect for a tank. And then the party ability, the thing that sets this card apart from some other VCs is it has that 18% agility. That's the premium stat you're looking for. It's part of that triad of uber stats that you always want in your group. And then you're also going to get acquired AP and elemental chain resist if you can work this job-based card into your team for your vision card instead of just finding a rainbow vision card or something like that. And that's what you're really going for with these job-based cards, right? You want to use them so you're getting that agility. And sure, you could get that agility from like Black Rose of the Battlefields card or from Scion's Final Fantasy Tactics card. Please bring that collaboration back at some point. But if you can use a job-based agility VC, you get those extra 2 group buffs that are usually pretty clutch. So back to this thing, acquired AP and elemental chain resist. Again, very good for a tank or your whole team with elemental chain resist. And acquired AP is a pretty sweet secondary skill to get, especially if you're not running it on a mage team. The holo effect is slash resist, and then you're also going to get a very minor 3% HP and magic buff in arena that's not listed here. Now, the thing that will be telling is here's the units that can use it, right? You have dagger, katana, mace, and spear. Which one of those job groups already has a really good agility card? And if you're trying to run it mono element, which there are some interesting mono element teams, especially water and especially wind, just right off the top of my head. The Oberon did catch my eye in the fire, but the rest of the fire team does look a little weak there. Still, when you have Young King Elda, Asterius, and then you can mix in some of this, especially for cost limited with like a Dia, or for wind, where you have new Dario, Wind Veritas, and then a whole host of some pretty useful units down here. I think those 2 elements jump right off the page to me as potential mono element 3-man teams that could take advantage of this card for their agility. But let's dive a little deeper here. So let's start with, I don't know if I'm really going to talk too much about dagger because I don't think anybody's building like mono dagger teams. Here's your mono dagger units. Who's throwing that team together? I don't know. It is the second agility card to hit mono dagger, so that is nice. Your previous one was also not a limited one. It was Greater Demon, and that has slash resist, strike resist, and agility. It is a great card, and this card is comparable to it as well. So I don't know, but like really who's running dagger if we're being honest? Katana, now I expect to see a little bit of a surge in some Katana teams because you just got new Dario, who's looking like a great tank. You also have new Oberon, who's just come out as well. Sephiroth is always and forever going to be a popular unit in this game. And then there's a couple other bangers on here like Asterius and Raychez. And then you have Dia for cost limited, who I think is very good. So there are some potential Katana teams out there that we might start seeing now that they have a tank to kind of tie these teams together. This is their second agility card in this group. If we were to go find their previous agility card, oh, I had it a second ago. I always forget when I start recording. Oh, it's the same one. It's Greater Demon again. So slash resist, strike resist, agility percent. If you already have this and you've maxed it out and you're wanting another agility card for your Katana team, maybe in a sub slot, this is a potential good option there. If you don't have this and you want to run a Katana team, I think it's a pretty big pull because you're going to get that agility percent for your Katana squad. So I do really like it for Katanas. And then we had Spear on there, which is becoming more and more popular all the time. Spear looks like this. It's going to be your second agility card for Spear. If we look at the previous one, it was very limited, right? It's a Full Metal Alchemist card. Now, it is a hell of a card. It's agility, unit resist, strike attack up. I mean, getting agility and unit resist in one card, there's no way you're replacing this in like a main slot with this one, in my opinion. However, if you didn't play during Full Metal Alchemist, here you go. Here's an agility card for a spear team. And that kind of brings me back for a moment to my alt account, where I have spear units. I now am building up some katana units. And you know what I didn't do? Play during the Full Metal Alchemist collab. So it's a huge card for the two kind of job groups that I'm focusing on with that account. So that's why it's a must pull for the baby J Junior, the 3rd to the 5th power account, whatever. Anyway, there it is there. And there's obviously just a ton of great units in Spear. Like, Spear's had some really good units come out lately, and then you don't have to go back very far. Dialdo, Flagbearer Glassy, Oberon. We got a collab unit coming pretty soon. Lots of great choices there in Spear. And then never forget about Mace, right? The main stat on this card is magic. There's great magic scaling units in Mace. The issue here is it's the 4th agility card for Mace. So you already have this like Christmas one here. You already had one of the best vision cards in the game with unit resist, reaction block rate, and agility here. And then once again, Greater Demon just seems to hit most of the same job groups that this new card does. And I suspect that if there is a card out there that's going to block people from trying to go for this, it might just be Greater Demon. But once again, I do want to shout out, like, if you're building around water or you're building around wind, I do see some potential strong teams here. Maybe even earth. The rest of the elements, I'm not too sure. There's obviously some mix and match cost limited options if you're looking down here low. And then, you know, any Sephiroth team, like Sephiroth, Little Leela the Bold, and Roth, I mean, that could be potential as well. So that's kind of the breakdown of the card. Should you pull for this thing? Hey, you just got to look at your VISIORE and think to yourself, like, if you already have Greater Demon, for example, let's just assume that that's the case. Maybe you're an account like, you know, my main that's already sitting on Greater Demon. And for a lot of cases in that scenario, this would be your 2nd agility card. It would still be really nice as a sub slot option. But if you already have the demon and you have some kind of rainbow secondary slot, is it worth the VISIORE investment to go pull the Holo VC, maybe having to pity it, and then spinning the VISIORE to build it up? That's a question you have to ask yourself. For my alt account, slam dunk, yes, going for it all the way. For my main account, I'll probably pass and keep saving up, you know, towards the next collab or towards the next, you know, special old Doa unit that's coming out pretty soon that I'm going to want to pull and cover there. So that's kind of my analysis of this card. Let me know in the comments if you're pulling for it, and if you are, I hope you have good luck, because pulling VCs ain't what it used to be. And I think we all wish it was what it used to be. Still, remember, if you do pull this thing and you're unable to finish it with just the bingo board, you can always wait until next month. March is just starting, which means these banners will be gone by April. So its shards should show up in the Mog shop at the beginning of next month, which will help a lot of people. I think especially people who've been playing for a long time and have those rainbow Mog medals built up, build this thing. So there you go. There's the analysis on that. Good luck if you're pulling, and yeah, I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.